the Tua Tagovailoa injury that happened this past Thursday. The Buffalo Bills played the Miami Dolphins, and Tua Tagovailoa had two concussions previously, and one was really bad, and then there was another one that they followed up with, and then now he just got a third one on Thursday. And Chris Nowinski, they had the video on there, and he made note of him like kind of balling his fist and like signs of like something that happened with the concussion. And then today, I just read this before we got on the air, Rob, that according to reports, Tua Tagovailoa. Now the huge topic is should Tua retire. He's a young player. He only started in 2020, and so he's only been in the league for 4 years. But yeah, like I said, he had three concussions. But a lot of people in the media and everybody's saying, should he retire? He should be done maybe and everything like that. And so here's what. So Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has no plans to retire after suffering his latest concussion. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported on Sunday, NFL Game Day morning, per sources informed of the information. So kind of just, Rob, wanted to get your perspective on something like that. He's an athlete. He's in the competitive mode, obviously. He does not want to end, but a lot of people are concerned for his well-being. Chris Nowinski.
Yeah, I have a fairly heavy opinion on this.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. As long as he's transparent and he's open, and that means that he's getting the cognitive testing. If they clear him and he's good to go, he's good to go. Holding him back when he passed all the concussion tests and he feels healthy in theory and he wants to play at that point, why would you hold him back except for what I just said? And that's the hype. That's the fear that it might happen again. That's how I look at it. I feel like, why not hope that it doesn't happen again? And if it does happen again, maybe he'll be okay anyway. From personal experience, I've had my head rocked, self-diagnosed concussions in the hundreds. Like I said in Headstrong, one time I sat through my whole career and I was thinking about the timeline and I said, no, I guess I just said hundreds in there. Somewhere I came up with like 500. The definition of a concussion, that is still, since it's so new, it could be debatable because to me, and this was what I got from Chris, but it wasn't his exact words, it was my interpretation of what Chris Nowinski said way back when we filmed Headstrong. He said, anytime you get your head rocked and your senses are off a little bit, he said, just assume it's a concussion unless you find out differently. And, so I've always thought, even if I get my head rocked and like I'm like everything's kind of spinning around for a second and then it goes back to normal and I'm able to keep going, in my mind, I count that as a little mini concussion. So when I say I've had hundreds, I've had so many of those, hundreds of those, and there's no reason to stop me anywhere along the line. The theory is, and I don't stand behind this theory, that you become more susceptible to getting more concussions. What my doctor told me and what makes sense to me, believe it or not, it's going to go against popular theory. My doctor, because when he cleared me to wrestle, I said, okay, like I'm clear. Like he said, yeah, no, you should be fine. You're good to go. And I was like, but I gotta be like extra careful or I could get like a concussion easily again. And he was saying, no, he said, I don't think so. If you get another concussion, that one's on its own. You would have got that one anyway. And that's the way that I feel from my experience. I think when people say that when you get more concussions, you're more susceptible to them, maybe with some people, but like I always say, we're all different.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting point because I was curious because I've heard like the media, the great deal of the media is like he should be done, and initially too I was like, oh, maybe he should hang it up. But the more I kind of think about it, it's like, well, you do see a lot of people get these concussions, and over the course of time, you look at NFL players back in the day, they would get concussions all the time, and some would have CTE, like have the problem with that. But I've heard that different things about that too. But you look at somebody like Troy Aikman, who's got a crap ton of concussions, and now he's like still the lead announcer on Fox, and he does a great job, and he's got no problems. He retired after all that. But so it's definitely something to like consider. But yeah, I think if you're transparent and he's under the microscope when it comes to that stuff, like doctors are going to be looking after him and everything like that. So if he gets cleared from that, I'm kind of with you, Rob. I'm on that too. So
Yeah, if he feels like he's ready to go and the tests say he's ready to go, then I don't understand why you would hold him back.